Private wedding happens.
Good nights can help.
I'm keeping it in there. Okay. Welcome to another one. I just gotta get this right. A new modern correction. A new model for productive welfare. A society cannot thrive when its support system rewards inactivity over contribution. The current welfare structure in the United States needs a fundamental overhaul because able bodied people or persons should not receive public benefits, should not receive public benefits without giving something back to the community that funds those programs. So basically, if you can do something to add a contribution to society, you should be made to do it. Our current system fails at that. The current welfare system often traps able-bodied people in long-term dependence instead of helping them regain independence. This prolonged unemployment erodes purpose, confidence, and the drive to contribute, especially among men. Men need purpose. Redirecting recipients toward maintaining public lands and facilities would restore structures and dignity while returning value to the communities that fund these programs. Communities are stronger and healthier when everyone is involved, contributing and connected to a shared purpose. People with no purpose or direction in a society are dangerous to society. And we see this on a daily basis in the news. More city programs need to be created. Instead of sit home and collect a welfare check, there needs to be daily transportation to work sites, which create employment. Guaranteed work hours, skill building tracks, treatment pathways and support for people that need treatment, child care for parents, and career placement opportunities. For example, some people are out of work because they don't have a way to get there. Some people are out of work because there are just no jobs there. So instead of paying money to welfare, give those people jobs. A person could be the person that picks people up to go somewhere to the job, which creates guaranteed working hours for those people. Skill building programs to make people employable. Treatment for drug dependency, alcohol dependency, gambling addiction. Childcare, so a parent cannot say, well, I would work, but who's going to watch my kids? Oh no, we have the government daycare system. And career placement opportunities for people that do have skills but just don't know what to do. And this is what these images reflect. Okay? So as you see, you have the people picking up trash. A lot of government areas are trashy, very, very trashy and dirty. Trash can be picked up, the buildings can be repainted, basic maintenance done. Our waterway river areas can have the trash and all that picked up to make them cleaner and more work better when heavy rain comes. Community gardens. These are for the moms who cannot work a job. They can work in a community garden that grows food for people that have they need food. They don't have a lot of money and it's only so much, and they say they have food problems. The food grown here can go to a food pantry. I don't see that they can't actually work as firefighters, but as you can see, the fire department, they're fixing a street. They're fixing a street there. Um, in activities such as that, not being firefighters or policemen, but assisting in like street cleanups, pothole cleans up, stuff like that. That is something that instead of for people that are on welfare sit at home, they can be on welfare and clean and take care of the streets, such as these two bottom screens here. They used to call it like street sweepers back in the day. And example of this, got the morning pickup. A van comes up to the man's home, picks him up, takes him to the work assignment where he does a job for part of the day. And then after that, he either keeps working at that job or there's a skill workshop that gives him better training at that job. And then in the evening, he returns home. And the man will feel good for himself because he actually did something to earn the food that's on that table. So it goes down to structure, support, and success. Training for long-term careers. And that's like a deeper long-term thing that needs to be developed so people don't end up dependent or even on government assistance to the beginning. So we need to look at how our education system is, look at how our healthcare system is, look how our social services, city employment, everything. People need to know the steps for long-term careers and long-term success. And that's something that should not just be pushed for people that's on welfare, but just in society as a whole. So if people are struggling, they say, hey, why am I struggling? They can go back to just the fundamentals that is often pushed out as propaganda. It's like, okay, I got to start out as an entry-level clerk, then I move up to become the analyst, and then eventually, if there's an opening, I can be the manager or department head. The science and purpose of work. Working is a good thing. Everyone should have something to do with their day. Working improves self-worth. It gives a daily routine and discipline to make sure that you got to get up, you got to be to work early in the morning, you got to get up, you got to be prepared. Okay? Social connection. You're around other people. You're meeting other people and you're connecting with those people, which our society does. Physical activity. You're doing something physical. You're just not sitting around. And it also reduces depression and anxiety, which a lot of people on welfare, they have medical problems because of lack of physical activity, and they have a lot of depression and anxiety, which leads to substance abuse. So having them get up every morning, especially in men, would help them. A lot of people want to help people so much that they're actually hurting them. Okay? And that's where these programs can come in, and like the treatment plans for people that needs like substance abuse and training, or even anger management training. A lot of people, they lose jobs because they have anger issues. They get fired from jobs because once they get mad, they lose it, or they just were not taught correctly as children. And this goes through. Okay. And lastly, the welfare system should not be a punishment. We want to empower people, not punish them. That's why we need to change the welfare system. Sadly, it may take another generation to get into our government system and see that this is a benefit, because The current status quo of a lot of politicians is just to make people feel good. And that's why the system of just giving people money, just giving people free money has continued for so long. Hopefully in time will change. This is just an idea, but it is a very good idea that needs to be looked at. It's actually kind of been pushed already under Bill Clinton welfare to work policy. Thank you.